Okay, hope you can see my screen. Okay, so going back, we stopped here. Then we want to achieve this. You want to add bubbles to make an aquarium. Yeah, it would have been fish, but I'm just going to add bubbles. So we're going to see how can you create such bubbles that are moving from down, then they reach a certain moment and they disappear. Yeah. So now if you try to go and okay, if you try to go and try to look at those sources, like maybe any CSS tutorial, you see that it is talking about layout models, which we've not covered. Yeah, they are good to understand. That's why I told you you can refer to any other source. Then another one that we've not covered. Okay, why I'm not covering them? Because we're going to dive directly into Bootstrap. So when we go to Bootstrap, we're going to find that it is using its own classes, but it is good to know about them. Yeah. Then for today, we're just going to look at simple animations. How do you make simple animations? Then now we introduce a bubble to this. Yeah, so I'm going to create an empty page. Before we go to our website, I'm just going to create an empty page, which is this. I have it here. Yeah, so let me I have trial.html, which is this. Then I've gone to the CSS folder and I created trial.css. There's nothing yet already. So this is where we're going to try out our animations. Then from there, learning a few things about animations, we are going to go directly into styling our website. Yeah, so to confirm, yeah, we have nothing there. So coming back here, let me uh, link my HTML to CSS. Yeah, right now you should be familiar with that. Let me just put this on this side. Yeah, using the link tag. Then the relationship is style sheet. Then the type is text, stroke, CSS. Then I need to put in the source by using href, and it is CSS, then trial.css. Yeah, I save this. Yeah, now nothing I'm seeing because I've not yet styled it overall. That's what it means. Then I'm going to put just a background color just to confirm that my CSS is working. I'm going to use blue. Then I come back here. Yeah, this is where I'm testing the website from. So it has turned to blue, meaning it is connected. If I change to like black, it should also be able to. Yeah, it has changed to black. So my CSS is working, which is wonderful. Then now we can get started with what we want to do. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create a container by using div. Then this container, I'm going to give it a class so that I can style it. I'm just going to call it actually container. Yeah, then I come to CSS. I style container. Yeah, so the container, what it can have the width. Let me give it maybe 500 pixels. And also the height, I give it around 500 pixels too. Then I just give it a color, a background color, just to confirm. So I'm going to give it a red background color. Then I come here, you can see that I have it. Yeah, I have it on my website. So the simple animation we're going to make is just after some seconds, it should change the color and it goes to another color. Like after 2 seconds, it should change from red to maybe green, from green to another color like that. Yeah, so that's what we're going to animate. So here, what we're going to do, we need to attach a former color, like red is the former color. Then now we need to add an animation property. It's called animation. So here, if you're using an intelligent editor, it can show me the parameters or the properties or values that it takes. It is animation, just animation. It takes animation name, the duration, timing function, the delay, iteration count, direction, and fill mode. Yeah, so right now I'm interested in only the name. So I need to assign it a name so that I can later apply more functionality to it. And I'm going to call it just change color as the name. Yeah, like that. Then I can put the duration that's going to change color every 2 seconds. Like that. Then these other ones, we can leave them. Yeah, for now. Okay, that's how you add the animation. Another way of doing it, you can just do it separately by saying animation name, then you put the name, like change color. Then you can also say animation dash duration. Then you can put 2 seconds. So either you can do this or you can separate them. Yeah, so I'm just going to go with the one above because it looks precise. I don't want us to write a lot of code. Now, the functionality of this name is for us to give it more function. Yeah, why we're giving animation name is because we're going to use that name and we give it some function. So what do you use? In order for you to give or to direct your animation, we use what they call keyframes. Yeah, so you write it like this at keyframes. Then you write the name of your animation. So our animation is called change color. So what does keyframes do? Keyframes allow you to give different commands that for as it is changing to 2 seconds, when it reaches like, okay, I can start by saying in those 2 seconds, when it clocks to 2 seconds, please move from this state, then move to another state like that. So right now I'm interested in just changing the background color. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say, when it reaches 2 seconds, move from that red color, then change to another color like background. Let me change to green. Yeah, that is the functionality of keyframes. It allows us to tell our animation, change state from this state to another one. That is one way. Then another way, we're going to use percentages because it is counted as if the animation duration is 2 seconds, that is like the 100%. So if we say when you reach 50%, that is after 1 second, please change to this. Yeah, we're also going to try. Now let's first see this. Yeah, you can see that it is changing. When I refresh that page, it changes from red to green. Yeah, I'm refreshing that page, it changes from red to green. Yeah, so I can, let me come back here. Now, these are duration is maybe 4%. Let's divide it into different percentages, like 25%, that is 1 second. 50%, those are 2 seconds. 75, those are 3 seconds. Then 100, they are the 4 seconds. So keyframes is going to allow us to give state, like on 25%, have that certain background color. When you reach 50%, we're going to give a different background color. Then when it reaches 75%, we're going to give a different background color. When you reach on 100%, we're going to give a different background color. It's not that it is only the background color that can be changed, but here it's something that is easier to demonstrate on. It's something that is easier to see, like to visualize. Yeah, so I'm going to say that when it is still on 25%, I'm going to leave it to that red color. Then when it reaches 50% of the animation duration, please change the background color to green. Then when you reach 75%, please change the background color to blue. Then please, when you reach 100%, change the background color to black. Okay, now let's go and check it out. Yeah, so I'm going to refresh the page and look at it. Yeah, you see now, every after 1 second, it is changing. Every after 1 second, it is changing to the color. So that is the basics of doing animations. And whatever we've written here is a very key point. Like, you need to have the animation name, then also the duration, then other things come in later. Then also you need to do the magic using keyframes. Keyframes allows you to change the state of the animation. Yeah, so it's not only that it is color, but you can say that maybe you having some box and you changing maybe alignment. Yeah, now we have limited time, we're not going to over demonstrate, but in case it was like alignment, maybe your container is aligned to let's say it's centered, but after 1 second move it to another direction, after another second move it to another direction, then it's what the animation will do. It's what will happen when you come in. This, but we want to make this. Yeah, like we want to make those bubbles, and we're going to use animations. Yeah, so let's dive into it. We're going to be using this. Yeah, it's the one that we're going to be checking with. Now let me go back to my editor here. It is the index.html. This is where we stopped last time, and this is where we're going to resume from. And the CSS was not this trial CSS, but it was alco.css. Yeah, then I also need index.css. Okay, it's all right, even if it can't. All right, let me put this here so that we can easily. Okay, so this is our page. So what we're going to do, we add this, we add a container, and you can see it is stopping here. Then we add different elements within the container. So we are going to add another container here. Then within this container, we're going to put images of bubbles. Now, when you check in my folder of images, I have a bubble. It is a transparent image with the bubble, but it is big. So we shall do what? We are going to okay, we're going to style it until it reaches what we want it to have. So I'm going to come back here. So within this, I'm going to call this I'm going to give it a class called bubbles to indicate that I'm going to have bubbles inside here. Yeah, so that I can style. You know, class is what helps me to style in CSS. So after that, I'm going to put my images here. So we have image, then image source. Yeah, so I go to images stroke. I need this bubble. Then I can put alt text. Yeah, we said alt text. This alt is the text that can be displayed in case an image can't be loaded. So I'm just going to call it bubble. So in case something has happened and the image can't load, this text will load. So now let me check on my page. Yeah, now I have a big bubble. Like I told you, it is very big. But I don't need only one because there are many. If we look here, there are many that are saturating, though they are small. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to duplicate this and I make around 7. Yeah, you can make any number you want, but I'm just going to use 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so we go back to our page. And now they are there, but they are somewhere down because it is very big, which is okay. So we come back to this. Now we need to that is the only thing we need to change in HTML. Now we're just going to style this. Yeah, so I come here. Then, we've added our class called bubbles. So we need to first work on that bubbles. Yeah, we have a class called dot bubbles. First of all, let me first work on images, only the images which are within bubbles so that they are small. Then we start, this is very big. So we're going to first work on images. So how do you work on images? You just say dot bubbles. Yes, there it would have selected the class bubbles, but within that, like within this, I have these, they are like children. So I can just say img. Yeah, like that. You don't have to put comma or just put img. So it will know that it should be within bubbles, but now img. See, when I take there, this will show me what it is styling. It is styling the images within the element that has bubbles class. So I'm going to reduce their width to 50 pixels. And then now I check. Yeah, so now they are all small. Yes, so that is one step. What is the next step? Now let's see. Let's work on this. The whole bubbles. Now I'm working on the whole, that section this container called bubbles. So I'm working on that group, the group of bubbles. Yes, so first of all, I'm going to give it width 100% so that it occupies the older page. Yeah, because here we could see that at least these ones are occupying the entire page. So let's go back here, width 100%. Then another thing that I need to specify, how are they displayed? Now, they are different. These are called display models. I'm not going to demonstrate, but these are the ones I want you to go and make research about them. They are very, very important. One is called block. Yeah. So a block will display elements, but like horizontally. In case you have many elements, it will display them horizontally. Then we have what they call Flexbox. So Flexbox is what we're going to use, but it is good for responsiveness. You also it is also just displaying, like you have very different items, but they are displayed in a certain way. Then there's also what they call inline. Inline displays elements only vertically, but Flexbox allows you to display elements horizontally and vertically. Then there's also what they call grid. Yeah, there are very many display models, but now I'm just going to use the Flex model. Yes. When we get time, or the next, as we cover in Bootstrap, I'll demonstrate on this, but right now we have limited time for that. Yeah, then another thing that I need to give is align elements. Okay, align the items. I want them to be centered. Yeah, then when we check, there's no big change. Let me go to our website here. There's no big change yet because we've not done something that maybe makes them move. So I'm going to go back, align items to center. Then another one, now I need to justify. Yeah, by justifying, I need these ones to be spread around, like occupying the entire like width. So I'm going to give justify. It's called justify. Yeah, it's justify the content. Yeah, justify the content. Then I'm going to use space around. Yeah, now there's space around and there's space between. I'm going to show you the difference. You see, this is called space around. It will leave some space between elements. Then again, it will leave some space from the width. Then also to use some space like right from the right side. Now, if I use space between instead of space around, and I use a space between. For space between, it's going to occupy. It's not going to leave some space here. It's just going to be like spread out through the entire width. Like one will be at the end here, then another one will be, it is around here. Yeah, so I just want space around so that it is not moving on the edge of the screen. So that's why I'm using space around instead of space between. Yeah, so now you've understood why. You see, when I put space around, you put some space here and also space between the items. Now we need our bubbles to be moving from down. So okay, so we want them to move down. With that, I'll just say position. Okay, for position, I'm going to use absolute position. Last time I demonstrated absolute and relative. I'm just going to use absolute. Then I say from the bottom, please, I want it to have just like 0 pixel offset from the bottom so that they are at the very bottom. Yeah, so now they are at the bottom, but we need them to move because we need to have this. Okay, so how do we make them move? So that's where bubbles, that's where animations come in, because now we have this, but they are images and they are static. We need to animate them. So I'm going to give animation class to just one bubble, and I try to give it different states, and we see how that goes. So I'm going to come back to my this bubbles.image. I just want to apply it to one bubble. Then I'll use the same technique and I apply it to others. So I'm going to use animation. Then I'm just going to give it a name, that is bubble. Then the duration, let me just use 7 seconds. Like it's going to last for 7 seconds. You can give 10, yeah, any seconds you want. Yeah. Then others, these ones, don't overmind about them, but they're about just the way it is positioned. Yeah, just for now, just worry about the name and the duration. So once we have this, we need to use the keyframe, our keyframe. So I would say at keyframes, then the identifier is bubble. It is the name, it's what it means, the name here. Yeah, so yes, so now I need to give it okay, we start giving it different states. For example, when it is at 0%, what should it do? Yeah. Then when it is at let me use 0, then 20, then instead of going with that, now I can say maybe 45%. Then I can say 65%. Then I can reach maybe 85, then finally 100. Then 100% of the duration. Our duration is 10 seconds. Okay. So what do we want to change? When it is at 0%, what we're interested to change is one, the opacity. Yeah, the opacity is how like clear should it be. So opacity has 0 and 1. When it is at 0, then it is like it's non-visible. Yeah, you can see that. You can see that. Yeah, so it is non-visible, then it becomes clear slowly, like that. That is opacity 0. Then now for others, I'm going to give opacity 1 for like these other ones. Then it is only at also 100 where I'm going to give opacity 0. So here I'll come to opacity 1 so that it becomes like it's not clear, then it becomes clear again. Not clear, then clear again. That's the feeling that I want to give it. Yeah, we can keep changing from 0 to 1 like that. There's no problem with that. Then to 100, then make it to kind of like be disappearing to 0. So we go, then you can see that they are unmating, they are becoming clear, then it blurs out, then becomes clear as it is moving throughout the 10 seconds. But they are not moving. We need to get them moving. How do we do that? We need to transform. Like we need to transform it. We need to try to change the transformation. Remember, transform, you can transform along the Y and the X axis. So I need to tell it that, please, when you reach opacity, maybe when you're at 0%, you transfer to this. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to work on. Yes, so I'll come here to transform. Then I need to translate towards the Y-axis. And I want to say, I'm going to say 0 at first, then we see. Okay. All right. So, yeah, at first it is not clear, that is opacity 0. Like it is entirely transparent. Then one means it is opaque, like it is thick. Then also it is not transforming, it's at stake on the Y-axis. Now I'm going to go when it is on 100%. I need it to transform. And how do I need it to transform? I need to transform to like upwards. So I'm going to use transform. Then it translates towards the Y-axis. Then I'm going to use negative, like, okay, if I use 80%, let me just say 80%, and we see how it's going to be. They are going to move down. See, they are moving down, but I need them to move up. Like when it reaches 100%, it should start moving up. So I'm going to use negative here, like negative 80. So switch here. Now you can see that they are moving up. Yeah. Then after, like, remember the opacity that we've been giving. Yeah. So it reaches some and it becomes transparent, then it becomes opaque. Transparent, then it becomes opaque. It looks like 80 is small, so I need to transform a little bit high. Let me just give 180. Then now I can see that they are moving up. Okay, so or what I can give instead of percentage, I can just give view height. Let's see how this one works. Yeah, this one is better. Let's see. Let me use 80 instead of 180. Just 80. Yeah, that one is better. Now, view height means like I remember I explained it last time, but what it means is that according to the size, the screen of the size of the screen of what is viewing that website. So I need it to transform 80 towards the Y, but that 80 will be depending on the size of the screen. So even if you want the phone, it will transform according to the phone. When you're on a very big screen, it will transform according to that. Yeah. So now we can see that we are close, but it is not exactly the same. These ones are moving at the same time. They are moving at the same time. So I need to put what they call animation delay, so that some delays on different seconds, yeah, so that they are all not moving at the same time. It should delay some of them. Yeah, how do I achieve that? Because this is what we want to achieve, but now we are just here. So we go back to our code. So for that, I'll need to apply to every single image. You see these, I have 7 images. Now I need to apply to just each one of them. I apply a different animation delay. And how do I do that? I don't need to create classes here. All I can do, I can use selectors. Remember, these ones are called selectors, but there is an advanced way of selecting selectors. Which one is that? I can say, fine, I need to go select bubbles, because bubbles is what has class bubbles. Go to images. Yes, but I don't want all the images. I want different images. So let me first target the first one. So this happens to be nth child. It's called nth child. You can search about it. Also, last time I talked about it when we are introducing CSS. So this is the first child, second, third, fourth, fifth, like that. So there happens that we can give pseudo selectors by adding this. Then I can say nth child. It's kind of like a function. Then when I put 1, it means that this is going to be applied to the first child. Yeah. So this is an advanced, it's kind of like selectors, but going specifically to the one that you want. So it is an nth child and I want the first child. What am I going to apply there? It's called animation delay. Yeah, animation delay. Then I can say please delay for 2 seconds. So let's go back and we check our site. And now you can see that for it has delayed. Like it has delayed. The other ones are moving, then for it delays by 2 seconds. So all I need to do is apply different animation delay to the other bubbles. That is the only thing that I need to change. So I'm going to come back here. If you want, you can copy and paste. If not, so we just want to learn code. So it's not bad to code again. You write .bubbles, img. Yes, but I want the nth child. Yeah, which should the second one. So now I want the second one and I'm going to apply a different animation delay. Animation delay. Of now this one, let me give it like 4.5 seconds. You have to add seconds. Yeah, so that because it can be milliseconds, it can have different units. So you have to tell it which unit. Now you can see that if the other one delays, these ones move, then the other one delays by 2, then this one delays by 4.5, like that. So let's just keep doing the same technique to others. Yeah, so, okay, not to take a lot of time, let me just copy, then I change. Yeah, so this is going to be the second, the third, the fourth, fifth, sixth, then seventh. Yes, I come back here. 1, 2. This is the third. This is the fourth. Like duration delay. So this I can give maybe 5 seconds. This one I can give like 5.5. This one maybe 3.5. Then this I can give 2 seconds. This one had 2. I can give just 1. Yeah, then also opacity, I'm just going to come back to this one. I change it to 0 so that it is opaque. I only want them to be transparent at the start, then also at the end. Yeah, I don't want it to get I don't want it to disappear in the middle. Yeah, so you can see that we have different animation delays. Yeah, we are very close to our site, just that now you can't see something which is missing because that is our target and this is what we have. Yeah, which is almost the same. But when I refresh, you see that when someone visits the website, they are becoming static. They are visible. They are visible that they are laying at the bottom, which we don't want. Like we don't want them to be seen that they are laid here, then they are moving on different, like animation delay. They have different duration for animation delay. So what we're going to do, because when I move to this other site, our target, and I try to refresh, I can't see that. I don't see them. Then they come from down. But when I go back to ours, when I refresh, I can see that they are down. So with that, I'm just going to transform the entire, like this container of bubbles, all these images. I'm going to transform them down. Yeah. So which class was that? It was .bubbles. Yeah, so I come here, say transform, Then I use translate Y. Yeah. Then now here, I need to give positive. If I give negative, like negative 100%, and we come and check this site and try to refresh, see they are up. So I need to give negative so that, now I need to give positive so that they are down, they translate down. So I can come and say just negative, just positive 100. So let's go back to our site. We try to refresh. You can see that they are not visible. Yeah, at the start, they are not visible and they are seen moving from down like that, same as this. Yeah, so with that, we have achieved our website. What we wanted to animate. Yeah, I know the bubbles are now representing fish, but now just imagine if you had maybe got gifs of fish, which are like, you can do that with Photoshop, or you can download the ones which are already existing and use them here. Use gifs of fish, but which are facing different directions. And now they are moving at different animation delays. Then you'll be able to see your real aquarium. Yeah. Then you can even go ahead and get maybe more small bubbles. Like you can make some bubbles big, then others small. Yeah. Just to bring out like a nice experience. You can do that. Yeah. So let me see. For example, let's just try one like this one. I'm going to give it a different width and I see if it will override the other one. So I'm going to give it 100. Yeah, that is the first one. Yeah, now you can see that for it is big. Then these other ones are small. So let's do that to a few. So that is the first one. This is the second one. Okay, the first one, it is not good for it to be big because it is at the end of the screen. Let me just give to like the second one. Then I can come now to this one in the middle. Then I also give it some different width. This time around, it's going to be 75 pixels instead of 100. Yeah, maybe you can even use more bubbles. So this, let's first check with this. These are, they are 3 small ones. Let's put in a big one, but not so big, maybe 60 pixels. Just that. Yeah, then we check out. So now you can see that we have different bubble sizes. Yeah, now this one is big, it is outstanding. So we can go and introduce a very big one, maybe second last, just to balance it. So this second last should also be, let me use 90, 90. 100 is big. Yeah. Okay, and we have our site, which is even better than our target. The target was the bubbles are of the same size, but see what we got. What we've done, the bubbles are of different sizes. Yeah, then you can even go ahead that they are not moving vertically. Maybe they are moving on a certain angle. You're capable of doing that. Yeah, but for today, we are just going to stop on this. Yeah, so do we have any questions? Any questions on this?
Thank you, Mansoor. My question is, you mentioned something about making like those fish in Photoshop. Does it import like MOV or MP4 formats? Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, you can import MP4 format here, but it wouldn't be a good idea to float, like to fly an MP4 format. But you can import. It uses a tag called video. In case like here, okay, let's just use another website. We don't want to, because this code, I'll share it. Let me just go back to my trial website. Then I come to trial HTML. Okay, this goes away. Okay, just to demonstrate on this one, let me even remove this. Yeah, you just use a video tag. It's called video. Then you give source, just source of the video, or you can use href. Now the source can be, the video may be on your stored there, or I can go to YouTube or anywhere that has a video, then I import it here. I'm going to get some video from YouTube here. Let me just come here and I go to YouTube. I get some video, just in a short video, maybe let's say animations. Yeah, now I don't want it to be too long, so I'm going to come to filters, then I say under 4 minutes. Okay, then I can open any video, then I get its link. So I can come here and I say copy link or copy link address. So I'm just going to copy link. Then I come to this, then I put it here. Yeah, then I save. So let's try to open this. Okay. Okay, I think I've not saved. Okay, let me be like playing the video. The issue may be with the, let me just come here to copy video URL, like copy video URL, come here. This is the one I'm going to put here. Okay, we see. And showing, we can use href. Let's use href. Okay, now I in case maybe you're not sure of the attributes, now we can come here and we type in video HTML. Yeah, I suspect I'm missing like either I need to give it kind of like the width, all right, like this. This is one way of doing it. Video tag, then put the controls, then the source is put in like this. Yeah, but this is, I think this is new HTML, because previously you wouldn't need to use it like that. Okay, but we can go with this. Yeah, so it is video. Then within the video, we just put controls and you put some width. Yeah, but we don't, even if we don't have that, then within it, that's where I put the source tag. So I'm just going to put source. Okay, let me come here. Then one of the things, it can be that sometimes a web browser doesn't support a certain type of video. Yeah, so now we're trying to use this, but I'm not sure whether the web browser I'm using, or like I'm not sure of the type of the video URL that I've copied. But otherwise, let's try it. Source. Yeah, it is a source. Again, source. Then you can paste the source there. Yeah, I'm going to remove some quotes, no worries. Like that. Let's come here. Okay, I think now it would have been better if I have this video, if I downloaded it down, like, and I saved it, it would have been easier that way. But now I'm trying to use it when it is online. But it is possible to insert video within your page. Yeah, it is possible. I hope I've answered you.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone? Kenneth, any question? Okay, maybe if you don't have questions, we're going to stop here, but you should get started with assignment. Develop websites for any school of your choice. It can be your own school or where you studied from or where your siblings are studying from. Yeah, start preparing. You see, for website development, you don't just dive in directly, because right now you need to first make a choice of the school. Then you have to go and make research about that, the content that you're going to use. Maybe you find it on social media or you already know it. Yeah, so lay down the content, then download some images that you're going to use, then you get started with that. Yeah, otherwise we meet on Monday. We shall not be able to meet on Friday and Saturday. We shall resume on Monday, and I'll come back with Bootstrap. Yeah, as we study Bootstrap, we shall be studying more HTML, then we learn more CSS, more advanced CSS. Yeah, otherwise good night to everyone.
Thank you, Mansur, and have a good night.
Thank you, and have a good night.
Good night.